Now, from across the tri-state, this is KHQA Sports.
Considering its unparalleled history of football success, Illini West is typically one of the easiest programs in the tri-states to get a preseason read on. We know the schemes, the approach, and the philosophy, and betting against the Chargers has proven a fool's errand over the last 3 decades. Yet it's hard to remember an IW squad that has been more of a roster puzzlement going into the season than this one, which returns just 4 total starters, all of them linemen, or at least so we thought, as perhaps the Chargers' highest profile holdover is making a move out of the trenches and living every lineman's dream as the now focal point of the wing T offense. Good for you, Christian Peacock.
Honestly, it's been a blast. Like I miss guard a lot, but it's good to be back where I wanted to be.
Lyle Klein has clearly been tinkering, and with just 2 returning starters back on each side of the football, the Illini West coach certainly has the latitude to rework his lineup. It will be most obvious in the Chargers' trademark run game, with Peacock now providing the power inside and ample speed to the edge provided by new wingbacks Kyle Tanner and Connor Artman, among others.
You know, it was up to the fellas to give us that kind of depth, but their work ethic and, like I said, everything that they've done to prepare themselves, they couldn't have done it any better, and we are in a very good spot right now at all the positions.
We can do a lot of different stuff with our backs, and they're just fast enough that we can get outside and pull some of our good guards that we have on the line and make a good play.
You don't really think about what we had last year because that's last year's in the past. You got to think about the now, what we have coming up. So we're just focusing on everything that we have and what we can do with it.
There's also the not insignificant matter of quarterback, of which the Chargers now have 5 of various types, sizes, and varieties. It's the deepest well Coach Klein has seen in this program at that position in his 26 years. At this early juncture, the speedy Aiden Trout has jumped out to the lead. Whoever wins that job looks to have the luxury of working behind what could be a very physical and intimidating offensive line.
I think our offensive lines and defensive lines always are the ones that have to set the tone for the ball game. And there's no doubt if our offensive line and defensive line is as good as they've been so far, we'll be in good shape.
They put in probably 4 times the work that we put in, like the running backs put in, which I'm thankful for. I'm just happy to have a good line, like always.
The same should hold true of the defense, with a pair of holdover starters back on the line and speed to burn in the linebacker and secondary cores, as the Chargers look to use that to attack another difficult schedule.
Oh, we can be very fast, I think. I feel like we're pretty physical this year, but, we said that last year, but that's just how we're going to prove ourselves first game. We'll see how it goes.
Our defensive guys, there was a lot of fellas that played a lot of reps last year. They may not have ended up being starters, but there was guys that got field time. Most of our defensive line is returning. Some of our key linebackers are back. The defensive backs will be young, but they're very athletic. So I feel really good about where we're at.
And while we're on the subject of teams hit hard by graduation, the perennially strong Quincy High soccer program should be riddled with question marks this summer after bidding goodbye to 13 seniors, more than half of whom were starters. And yet, Matt Longo's team fashioned an incredible summer, one that included a big-time trip to face major competition in Colorado, with everyone from holdover seniors to incoming freshmen playing a role.
There's no doubt that every year when you have a graduating class leave that you say thank you, but you sort of have to move on. So we looked at these kids this summer. We played 18 games this summer, and in all honesty, they stepped up and played some very good competition. I've only got 4 starters coming back, but there's a lot of kids that at the JV level learned a lot of things, and they stepped right in. Twice in Burlington we played 5 games. We went to Colorado, played 5 games. We went to St. Louis and played 3 games. So we got a lot of experience, and a lot of them opened up my eyes. So it just proves that your younger coaches and younger kids were paying attention, and those kids stepped up this summer and really did a great job for us.
Well, what went right was we had a lot of good players who just never got the chance to step up because the seniors that we lost last year were always there. So this summer playing 18 games, and playing traveling together, we've all just found it, together. And we just work really well together, and it's a whole different team than we've ever had.
And we will